Good afternoon. In last lecture, I think so, we have seen the convergence of IT and OT, and as well as I think so, we have discussed the different challenges that are going to be faced by uh, IoT. Okay, so we discuss what actually the scalability, security, privacy, big data and data analytics, interoperability. Okay, so these are nothing but the challenges when challenges comes when you are trying to build the network, okay, or IoT network. So scalability. So this is regarding scalability. This is regarding the large amount of a things which are present inside of a IoT network. Okay, so that are nothing but the different sensor or even though the different machine available inside of a network. How you are going to uniquely identify that particular machine inside of a network. Okay, so this is the issue related to the scalability. Okay, or how large becomes your IoT network. Then security is related to how you are transmitting the data, or how much securely you are transmitting the data from one node to the another node, and your data must be transmit to the legitimated user. Okay, so that is what related to the security and privacy. Again, as we are having a large amount of things or the sensors available inside of a network, so these sensors are responsible for the generation of a data, and they are generating the data in a very large manner. Okay, so in order to handle that data and to make a decision from data, we must have to go for the big data and data analytics, and the different kind of devices available inside of a IoT network. How to handle all these such different kind of devices will be presented as a challenge through the interoperability. Okay? Through the interoperability. So I think so we have started with this also, the IoT network architecture and design. Why we require the network architecture? We have seen the example of a building construction. Okay, the civil engineer requirement in order to construct a building, because even though if you are having the plan, or you know that what kind of a data is required to build a house. Okay, so you just order all these things like cement, aggregates, and bricks, iron. Okay, all these things are and all these things are collected by you. Okay, now it's time to construct a home. So if you don't have a very much knowledge, okay, you are not able to build the home. So for that purpose we require the civil architect. Even though in the same way, even though you know that we require a cell phone, we require a laptop, we require switches, we require a edge, we require a fog computing. Okay, in order to establish a IoT network, but its nut and shells are going to be known to the network architecture. So network architecture is responsible for creation of a blueprint and connecting. This blueprint gives you the strategic plan to build the IoT network. Okay, so similarly, likewise, if you are building a home with a less experienced person, so these homes are not suitable for handling the natural calamities like hurricane and earthquake. The same thing will happen if you don't build any network by without using the network architecture, so that networks may suffer with the DOS of denial of service attacks. Okay, like any other kind of attacks also there. So here you are going to address, or the network architecture is going to address the security and every aspect of a network. Okay, so the IT networks, whatever the internet, or we can say whatever the networks available today, are primarily concerned with the infrastructure that transport the flow of a data regardless of a data type. But as we if you just go for the IoT network, so the data may be in the form of a digital or maybe in the form of an analog. So according to that how you are going to store the data and how you are transmitting it, okay, will be taken care inside of a IoT network architecture. Okay, and then I think so this is what we stop our discussion in the last lecture, right? The drivers behind the new network architecture. So new network architecture, so this is the architecture related to the internet of the things. Okay, this is the architecture related to the internet of the things. Now consider the same example that we were discussing in the last lecture, that in order to build any house we require the architect. Okay, so the example of architect having the experience of building residential houses. Now let's consider that I am having an architect, okay, that's having the experience of a building residential houses, and I am saying that particular person to build a stadium which having a very large capacity. Okay, अगर मैंने ऐसे बोला उस पर्सन को जिसको एक्सपीरियंस है खाली टू बिल्ड द रेसिडेंशियल हाउसेस, कि आपको पर्टिकुलरली क्या बिल्ड करना है, यू मस्ट हैव टू बिल्ड द स्टेडियम. ओके, सो इनिशियली हाँ वो ओके बोलेगा आर्किटेक्ट, लेकिन जैसे जैसे इन डिटेल जाएंगे तो उसके लिए उसके प्लान परफेक्ट नहीं रहेंगे. इन ऑर्डर टू बिल्ड द स्टेडियम बाई अ पर्सन who knows each and everything of building a residential houses. In the same way, the IT systems are mostly concerned with the reliable and continuous supports of a business application like email, database, customer relationship management system. While as if you go for the IoT, see why we require the different drivers. Okay, while you go for the IoT, it is all about the data generated by the sensor and how the data is used. Whatever the networks available with us, okay, which are not a part of a IoT, okay, only the IT networks which are available with us, they are only concerned about what, the continuous supports of a business application, like they are going to support for the email, databases, CRM system, customer relationship management. Okay, so in addition to this, okay, even though in the IoT we require some communication that can be done through the email, we require the storage by using the databases, we must have to also give the supports and feedback to the applications. Okay, so that can be done by the CRM. In addition to that, okay, so IoT is all about what, the data generated by the sensor and how that data is going to be used. So in order to build the IoT application, and IoT architects have to focus on how the data is sensed, transmitted, collected, analyzed and ultimately acted upon. Okay, so if anyone want to build the IoT architecture, okay, that particular person have to, or that particular person must have a knowledge of what kind of a data is going to be sensed, okay, or what kind of a data is going to be generated. Once the data is generated, how you are going to transport it from one node to another node, from intermediate node to the fog node, from node to the cloud. Okay, वो बाद में देखेंगे fog node क्या रहता है, fog क्या रहता है, cloud क्या रहता है. Okay, but how the generated data is going to be transported. Okay, then collected, this is related to the sensor, okay, how the data is going to be collected, as well as the intermediate devices, because as you are transmitting the information from one place to another place, okay, so you must have to write down the program related to that, how the data is going to be collected at each and every aid which is available inside of a network. Then once the data is collected, then you must have to understand the content of that data. That is nothing but the analyzation of a data or analysis of a data, and this can be done by using a smart algorithm, okay, or different smart algorithm which are going to be used to analyze the data, and based on the analysis you must have to make some kind of a decision. So that is nothing but ultimately acted upon. वो डेटा के ऊपर क्या ऑपरेशन आप परफॉर्म करने वाले हो, और बाय यूजिंग दैट डेटा व्हाट काइंड ऑफ ऑपरेशन you are going to be performed. Okay, so these are nothing but simply why okay, ये drivers behind the network, new network architecture ऐसा क्यों बोला है? When we are dealing with the IoT, what are the new things that you must have to focus? Okay, in general we are having the drivers, I think so we are having the OS as a subject, operating system, उसके अंदर drivers थे क्या? ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम हुआ है आपको? यस, एनीवन? अरे ऑपरेटिंग सब्जेक्ट हुआ या नहीं हुआ? Okay, drivers are there. Can you define the driver? Yes, anyone? What is the definition of a driver? Or even though if you don't know the definition, what actually the use of a driver? What kind of a functionality are going to be managed by the driver? Or what kind of a drivers are there? Operates a specific device. Okay. So that is what the device driver. So we are having a different drivers available inside of the OS. Just take, okay, device drivers, network drivers, right. Okay, why these different drivers are required? These different drivers are required in order to handle the different functionality supported by the operating system. Different functionality supported by the operating system. Now just let's consider an example. A very rich and old person is there who are having a lot of cars. Okay, उसके पास में रेंज है कार्स की. दैट कार रेंज स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द मारुति Alto or Maruti 800. You can just consider a simple Maruti 800 to the Lamborghini. Okay, बहुत सारे कार है उसके पास में. यानी कंसिडर करके चलो कि वो 15 एज का था तो उसके पास में पहली वाली कार आ गई, उसके बाद में 52, 54, 55 ऐसे ऐसे करके करके अभी बहुत बूढ़ा हो गया वो, फिर भी उसको गाड़ी खरीदने का शौक़ है. ठीक है, तो उसने बहुत सारे दूसरे वाली गाड़ी ले ली. तो उसके पास में अभी BMW है, स्कोडा है, लैम्बोर्गिनी है और अदर बहुत सारे रेसिंग कार्स है उसके पास में. तो अब मुझे बताओ कि वो पर्टिकुलर पर्सन को कार ड्राइव नहीं करना आता, और जो अल्टो चलाने वाला है द सेम पर्सन कैन नॉट ड्राइव द लैम्बोर्गिनी, कैन नॉट ड्राइव द रेसिंग कार. तो उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा उसे? दैट पर्टिकुलर ओल्ड पर्सन हैज़ टू हायर अ पर्सन हु इज़ रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर ड्राइविंग द स्पोर्ट कार. ओके, तो अभी इसको आप कंपेयर करके चलो कि दैट ओल्ड पर्सन इज नथिंग बट द ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. दैट ओल्ड पर्सन इज नथिंग बट द operating system, and the different cars are nothing but the different functionality supported by that operating system. And in order to handle each and every function, okay, even though for example operating system के functionality क्या है? To handle the IO devices, to store, okay, so storage के लिए अलग से driver, in order to take a input उसके लिए अलग से ड्राइवर, आउटपुट के लिए अलग से ड्राइवर. वी आर हैविंग द डिस्प्ले ड्राइवर, नेटवर्क ड्राइवर, डिवाइस ड्राइवर, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, जो कुछ पेरिफेरल कनेक्ट होते हैं. ओके, सो द ड्राइवर्स आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द फंक्शनलिटी सपोर्टेड बाय दैट पर्टिकुलर सिस्टम. ओके, सो हियर अगेन as we are dealing with the new network architecture, IoT is new new means what? It is different from a network available with us, which we are using in the daily basis. Okay, so in order to support the new function by the IoT, we require this drivers. Okay, so basically this driver is responsible for, okay, uh, these drivers are responsible for executing the function, like how the data is going to be sensed, how the data is going to be transported, how the data is going to be collected or at the other end. Okay, how it is going to be analyzed, and after the analysis, how it is going to be useful for making the decision. Okay, now see, we're having a set of IoT architectural drivers. Okay, IoT architectural drivers which are enlisted inside of a book. Okay, so the first one is nothing but I think so we discussed related to this challenge, that is nothing but the scale. So scale means what? Related to the IoT architecture. Okay, related to the IoT architecture. न्यू नेटवर्क आर्किटेक्चर इसका मतलब है आपका जो IoT architecture. Now related to the scale, the massive scale of the IoT endpoints, these are nothing but the sensor, is far beyond that of typical IT networks, because the typical IP networks uses the IPv4 for the communication purpose. ओके, उसके एड्रेसेस भी आपके एग्जॉस्ट हो चुके हैं, ये भी हमने लास्ट लेक्चर में देखा था. ऑल द एड्रेसेस आर which are present in the IPv4 are exhausted. So the IPv4 address space has reached exhaustion and is unable to meet the IoT scalability requirements. Okay, so scale can be made only by using the IPv6. Now IT networks continues to use the IPv4 through the features like what? Network address translation, NAT. So where the IPv4 address is going to be translated directly into the IPv6. But IoT आर्किटेक्चर अगर आप इस्टेब्लिश करना चाहते हो तो उसके अंदर जो एड्रेसिंग स्कीम आपको यूज़ करनी है वो कौन सी करनी पड़ेगी आपको? दैट इज़ द IP version 6. देन सिक्योरिटी. Okay, in order to handle the security, IoT devices, especially those on the wireless sensor network, are often physically exposed to the world. Okay, उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन बाकी अदर जगह पे कनेक्ट, यानी सब कंसिडर करके चलो, जब भी हम एक आधा IoT नेटवर्क इस्टेब्लिश करना चाहते हैं, सो वॉट एवर द सेंसर और कंप्यूटर्स, ऑल दीज नोड्स आर कनेक्टेड इन बाय यूजिंग व्हाट? WSN, wireless sensor networks. Okay, so if I know the network ID, okay, ये पर्टिकुलर नेटवर्क के लिए अगर मेरे पास में आईडी अवेलेबल है, सो anyone can join this network. Okay, once the particular person join this network, okay, so that particular node, okay, let's suppose I'm just having a new node. This is the new node which trying to communicate or which trying to connect with this network, और वो नेटवर्क के साथ में कनेक्ट भी हो गया. नाउ ही इज ट्राइंग टू गेट द इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम दिस नोड. Okay, and each and every important information is available with this new node, right? As the important information is available, that can be misused. Okay, so you must have to provide the security for such kind of a thing. So security is required even though for the communication also. For example, if this node is trying to communicate with the same IoT application but with a different network. Okay, so same IoT application with the different networks, ये नोड के साथ में वो कम्युनिकेट कर रहा है. So even though this information is now visible to the other world, in such a case you must have to go for the encrypted kind of information sending as well as the reception. Okay, so the security is required at every level of the IoT network. Every IoT endpoint nodes on the network must be a part of overall security strategy and must support the device level authentication and link encryption. This device level authentication is useful in order to avoid addition of this such kind of a malicious node. The addition of such kind of a malicious node. Okay, so they will avoid the entry, they will bypass the entry of this node. So that is what device level authentication. And link encryption, so through the link encryption you are just securing the communication. Okay, so it must also be easy to deploy with some type of a zero touch deployment model. Okay, so this zero touch deployment model again is explained, I think so, in the unit number either 2 or 3. Okay, so at that time we'll discuss about the zero touch deployment model. Then another challenge that can be again, or we can say another functionality that must be supported by the drivers, that is nothing but devices and network constrained by power, CPU, memory and link speed. Okay, devices and networks constrained by the power, central processing unit, memory and the link speed. Now the problem here, the problem is due to the massive scale and the longer distance. Okay, as we know that the number of devices are connected inside of a IoT network. Okay, due to this massive scale and the longer distance, the networks are often constrained. Again, they are lossy and capable of supporting only minimal data rates. Okay, so that is what the data transmission rate. How even though lossy means what, here we are losing the information. Now in order to again handle such kind of a things, the new last mile wireless technologies are needed to support the constrained IoT devices. Constraint means this having very power limitation, okay, or any limitation to support the constrained IoT devices over a long distance. Then the network is also constrained, meaning modification needs to be made to the traditional network layer transport mechanism in order to increase the data transmission rate. In order to increase the data transmission rate, okay, you must have to use the different protocol that is available actually that are available inside of a traditional network layer, that is nothing but the TCP/IP. okay, TCP/IP का जो network layer आपके पास में है उसके अंदर कुछ मॉडिफिकेशन आपको करना पड़ेगा in order to get the high rate of a data transmission. Then another issue that must be, or another functionality that must be supported by the IoT networks over the traditional network, the massive volume of a data generated. As we have seen, I think so, we have seen one example in the first lecture, which is where the A node is responsible for the generation of a 25 GB of a data per hour. That is your smart card example. Smart car example. So that smart car or IoT connected car is responsible to generate a 25 GB of a data per hour. If you just combine all the data that has been generated by the different sensor which are installed on the car. Okay, so the sensor generates a massive amount of a data on the daily basis, even though hourly basis, और कौन सी भी कंसिडर करके चलो, causing the network bottleneck and slow analytics in the cloud. Okay, जैसे यानी मेरे पास में डेटा बहुत सारा जनरेट हो रहा है, if I am having the large volume of a data, सो उसके लिए उसका डेटा क्लीनिंग, प्रोसेसिंग, उसके लिए ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा टाइम लगने वाला है. एंड लास्टली ओके, नेटवर्क बोटलनेक, इवन दो कि इतने अमाउंट ऑफ ए डेटा मुझे नेटवर्क के अंदर ट्रांसमिट करना है, तो इवन दो माई नेटवर्क में कोलैप्स. ओके, and again I am having the large amount of the data, that's why the analytics of the data in the cloud becomes slow. Now in order to avoid the bottleneck as well as slowing in order to fast the operation, so the data analytics capabilities need to be distributed through the IoT networks. फ्रॉम द एज टू द क्लाउड। ओके, इन डायरेक्टली यानी एज के ऊपर क्या होगा आपका, at the edge level you are just performing some kind of operation, and what we can say, the pre-operated data is going to be sent to the cloud. Okay, as the data is pre-operated, the cloud is responsible for making any kind of analytics with the what we can say the less time। यानी इसका मतलब अभी एक जनरल कंसिडर करके चलो कि मेरे पास में वीट अवेलेबल है। ओके, एक सॉर्टेड वीट है और दूसरा है कंकर के साथ में अवेलेबल। ओके, सॉर्टेक्स वाले है जिसके अंदर कंकर नहीं है, दूसरा है कंकर अवेलेबल है। तो अब मुझे उसको फ्लोर में कन्वर्ट करना है। कौन सा इजी रहेगा फ्लोर में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए? जो सॉर्टेड है ऑलरेडी, यानी प्री प्रोसेस है ऑलरेडी मेरे पास में। तो वो प्री प्रोसेसिंग का टाइम ऑलरेडी इंटरमीडिएट नोड पे आप कंप्लीट कर रहे हो। दैट प्री प्रोसेसिंग विल बी डन एट द एज लेवल। सो आपका फ्लोरिंग का जो स्पीड रहेगा वो ज़्यादा रहने वाला है एज कम्पेयर टू द अनक्लीन अनसॉर्टेड बिट्स। Okay, so the data analytics capabilities need to be distributed throughout the IoT network from the edge to the cloud. Some kind of operation you must have to perform at the edge level. So if you just go for in traditional IT networks, analytics and application typically runs only in the cloud. Okay, यानी ऐसे होता है। यहाँ पे मेरे पास में ये वाला नेटवर्क की जगह पे एक नोड है मेरे पास में, ऐसे करके चलो वो डेटा जनरेट कर रहा है। दैट डेटा विल डायरेक्टली गोज टू द सर्वर। दैट डेटा इज डायरेक्टली गोज टू द सर्वर। ओके, सो अब वो डेटा कौन से फॉर्मेट में है, कि एक्चुअल फॉर्मेट में है कि नहीं, जैसे वो सर्वर को लगने वाला है वो आपको पता नहीं, खाली डेटा यहाँ पे आ रहा है, आप जनरेट करके सर्वर को सेंड कर रहे हो। ओके, इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट आई एम हैविंग अ आर्किटेक्चर वेयर द नोड इज क्रिएटिंग द डेटा। ओके, दैट डेटा इज अगेन गोइंग टू बी ट्रांसमिटेड टू द सर्वर। ओके, and intermediate to that one computer is there or one device is there who actually send the data which is required into the particular format to the server। तो इसका प्रोसेसिंग टाइम यहाँ पे थोड़ा बहुत टाइम जाने वाला है, लेकिन इसका प्रोसेसिंग टाइम बहुत फास्ट होगा। एज वेल एज इट विल डिक्रीजेज द लोड present at the server। So ultimately as it decreasing the load present at the server, so it will just hasten the network processing, it will just hasten the network processing। Then supports for the legacy devices। So an IoT network often comprises a collection of modern IP capable endpoints as well as the legacy non-IP devices that rely on serial or proprietary protocols। Okay, जो old machines वगैरह है उसके लिए है वो actually। So the digital transformation is a long process that may take many years, and IoT networks need to support the protocol translation and or tunneling mechanism to support the legacy protocol or the standard based protocols such as the Ethernet as well as the IP। Now just consider the example of IIoT, that is what इंडस्ट्रियल IoT। इंडस्ट्रियल IoT के अंदर अभी मुझे जो मैकेनिकल ऑपरेशन थे, जो मैकेनिकल या मैनुअल ऑपरेशन थे, उसको मुझे ऑटोमेटिक मोड पे लेके जाना है, ऑटोमेटिक मोड पे लेके जाना है। सो दैट मैकेनिकल डिवाइस इज ऑपरेटेड वाया द इंटरनेट। दैट मैकेनिकल डिवाइस इज गोइंग टू बी ऑपरेटेड वाया सम कम्युनिकेशन प्रोटोकॉल। इंटरनेट की जगह पे छोड़ दो कि उसको मुझे ऑर्डर देना है, खाली वो कैसे भी थ्रू इंटरनेट दो, थ्रू वाईफाई दो, थ्रू ब्लूटूथ दो, इसका मतलब एक नेटवर्क है आपके पास में, उसके थ्रू दे रहे हो। अब जब भी हम एक आधा नेटवर्क इस्टेब्लिश करते हैं, सो दैट नेटवर्क रिक्वायर्स द लॉजिकल एड्रेसेस ऑफ अ डिवाइस फॉर द कम्युनिकेशन पर्पस। Okay, so you know the physical address as well as the logical address। physical address never change, logical address change as per the network establishment. Okay, example of physical address related to the computer only. Example of the physical address is nothing but what we can say, the MAC address or the Ethernet address. Logical addresses, IP addresses. ओके, सो फॉर एग्जांपल कंसिडर करके चलो कि आपको एक व्हीकल के अंदर फिजिकल एड्रेस रहेगा आपका, इंजन नंबर, चेसिस नंबर, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा वट एवर, लेकिन वही आपको चलाना है ऑटोमेटिकली और थ्रू द सेंसर. ओके, तो उसको आपको पर्टिकुलरली, सो दैट डिवाइस is directly not, or that address is not going to be directly mapped inside of a network. So in order to do, we require some legacy protocols or the standard based protocol. Okay, so over this Ethernet as well as the IP, the other protocols are going to be required who connect the physical devices to the IoT network. Physical device to the IoT network. Then the need for data to be analyzed into the real time, as the sensor is responsible for the generation of a data, whatever the data which is available with a system, okay, must be analyzed, and based on that you must have to make the decision. Whereas if you just go for the traditional IT networks that performs the scheduled batch processing of a data, okay, एक घंटे में कितना डेटा आता है वो देखो, उसके बाद में उसको परफॉर्म, यानी उसके ऊपर ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करो. बट IoT में वैसे नहीं रहता है. विद इन अ फ्रैक्शन ऑफ ए सेकेंड यू आर जस्ट जनरेटिंग द डेटा. ओके, नहीं तो ऐसा चला कि हम एक मेडिकल एप्लीकेशन बना रहे हैं. ओके, मेडिकल ऑपरेशन बना रहे हैं और मेडिकल ऑपरेशन में एक पर्टिकुलर, यानी दैट ऑपरेशन दैट पर्टिकुलर नेटवर्क इज गोइंग टू बी यूज इन साइड ऑफ ICU. So that IoT application in the medical, and particularly again that you are using inside of a ICU. So ICU में जो patient है उसकी हार्ट बीट या उसका what we can say the blood pressure, temperature, okay, आप सेंस कर रहे हो. उसके अंदर कुछ हाई, यानी उसके अंदर आपने एक थ्रेशोल्ड लगाया, हाई हो गया तो आपको डॉक्टर को मैसेज करना है, या फिर लो हो गया तो भी आपको डॉक्टर को मैसेज करना है. अब उसके लिए तो हम गारंटी नहीं दे सकते कि 1 घंटे में वो हाई होगा या फिर 15 मिनट के बाद में वो लो होने वाला है. ओनली यू मस्ट हैव टू डिसाइड द थ्रेशोल्ड. अभी हम ट्रेडिशनल नेटवर्क जो है आपके पास में अवेलेबल, उसका एग्जांपल कंसिडर करते हैं. तो ट्रेडिशनल नेटवर्क में क्या होता है कि वो जो, यानी वो पर्टिकुलर डिवाइस से या पर्टिकुलर पेशेंट से जो कुछ डेटा आ रहा है वो आप सर्वर को भेज रहे हो, और सारा डेटा कलेक्ट करने के बाद में आधे या 1 घंटे के बाद में, दैट इज़ व्हाट द बैच प्रोसेसिंग. ओके, 1 घंटे की बैच, 2 घंटे की बैच, 3 घंटे की बैच, और 3 घंटे में कितना डेटा आपके पास में अवेलेबल हो रहा है. ओके, सो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट यू आर मेकिंग द डिसीजन कि किधर लो हुआ था, किधर हाई हुआ था. तब तक वो पेशेंट बेचारा मर जाएगा. ओके, सो दैट शुड नॉट बी अ केस फॉर द IoT. So analytics software needs to be positioned closer to the edge and should support the real time streaming analytics. जैसे डेटा आता है वैसे ही मुझे रिजल्ट उसके देना है. ट्रेडिशनल IT analytics software such as relational databases or even the Hadoop are better suited to a batch level analytics that occurs after the fact. यानी बैच लेवल मैं फिर वही बोल रहा हूँ आपको कि वो जो पेशेंट का डेटा देना है, 1 घंटे के बाद में डेटा दिया और वो 1 घंटे के अंदर आफ्टर 15 मिनट्स कि उसका ब्लड प्रेशर बहुत कम हो गया, तो उसका मैसेज डॉक्टर को जाना चाहिए. नहीं तो मैसेज जाता है 1 घंटे के बाद में, डॉक्टर आता है, उसके बाद में तब तक पेशेंट गया बेचारा. तो दैट शुड नॉट बी अ केस व्हेन यू आर क्रिएटिंग योर ओन IoT नेटवर्क. ओके, so these issues are, or we must have to support the functionality for all these challenges. The first challenge scale, उसके लिए solution है IPv6, right? Security, उसके लिए आपके पास में solution है authentication as well as encryption. Okay, then यानी अभी इसका मतलब क्या है कि आईओटी आर्किटेक्चर या सॉरी आईओटी नेटवर्क अगर आप इस्टेब्लिश करना चाहते हो, एक नया आईओटी नेटवर्क आपको इस्टेब्लिश करना है, तो यू मस्ट हैव टू यूज़ द IPv6। ओके, उसके लिए फिर एड्रेस हैंडल करने के लिए अलग से फंक्शनलिटी है, तो अलग से ड्राइवर यूज़ करना पड़ेगा। ऑथेंटिकेशन के लिए अलग से ड्राइवर, एन्क्रिप्शन के लिए अलग से ड्राइवर, देन then we must have to handle a limited kind of a devices, so that limitations are related to the power consumption as well as the battery life। ओके, क्योंकि जितने सारे नोड है, नोड या सेंसर कंसिडर करके चलते हो आप, ऑल द सेंसर्स रन्स ऑन द बैटरी, और हर एक बैटरी को उसकी लाइफ है। ओके, जैसे भी इवन तो डेटा ट्रांसमिशन रेट भी है, अगर मैंने बढ़ा दिया तो बैटरी कंजम्पशन ज़्यादा हो जाएगा, बैटरी कंजम्पशन ज़्यादा हो गया तो वो पर्टिकुलर सेंसर की लाइफ कम हो जाएगी। सो यू मस्ट हैव टू मैच ऑल दिस काइंड ऑफ ए थिंग्स व्हेन यू आर इस्टेब्लिशिंग द IoT नेटवर्क। Again, we require some function which is responsible for handling the large amount of a data. Then whatever, now see, the goal of IoT is nothing but to connect the unconnected, and the unconnected don't have the smart things like the logical addresses as well as the physical addresses. So you must requires a legacy protocol, okay, which यानी आपने मेरे ख्याल से ARP सुना होगा, एड्रेस रिजोल्यूशन प्रोटोकॉल। दैट एड्रेस रिजोल्यूशन प्रोटोकॉल इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर मैप। ओके, इट डज नॉट कन्वर्ट कभी बोलना मत ARP के लिए। सो इट ओनली मैप्स द लॉजिकल एड्रेस टू द फिजिकल एड्रेस, एंड अगेन इन अ रिवर्स RARP is also there, who is going to map the physical address to the logical addresses, and they are required for the communication. Because if you just go for the TCP/IP model, and in the what we can say, you are having the physical layer at the last, okay, where the actual data is going to be transmitted. Okay, actual data is going to be transmitted, actual connection is there. Now as the data is actual, the connection is actual, the device also be a, or the device must be a actual one। तो उसके लिए आपको उसका फिजिकल एड्रेस यूज़ करना पड़ता है फॉर द कम्युनिकेशन पर्पस। यू आर जस्ट गोइंग टू यूज़ द फिजिकल एड्रेसेस इनटू द फिजिकल लेयर। उसके ऊपर के जितने सारे लेयर है उसके अंदर हम लॉजिकल एड्रेसेस यूज़ करते हैं, IP एड्रेसेस। ओके, इंटरमीडिएट टू दिस यानी फिजिकल एड्रेसेस एंड द लॉजिकल एड्रेसेस, वी आर हैविंग द पोर्ट एड्रेसेस फॉर द कम्युनिकेशन पर्पस। छोड़ दो, वो मेरा पार्ट नहीं है, बट स्टिल you must have to design a protocol that must also be responsible for mapping the devices that are not connected still to the internet। ओके, तो उसको कैसे कम्युनिकेट करना है, उसको कैसे वो नेटवर्क के अंदर लेना है, उसके लिए आपके पास में वो प्रोटोकॉल होना चाहिए। देन you must require, in order to establish any IoT network, you must require the algorithm which are fast to perform the analysis, because the large amount of data is generated। Okay, so this functionality, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 are nothing but what the important functionality that must be supported by the IoT networks, and in order to support that we require the new drivers। Okay, यानी ट्रेडिशनल IT नेटवर्क जो अवेलेबल है उसके अंदर कुछ ना कुछ तो भी आपको चेंजेस करना पड़ेगा इन ऑर्डर टू सेट द न्यू IoT नेटवर्क। ओके, नाउ इन ऑर्डर टू set such kind of a network, so we are having the standard architecture। Okay, the first architecture is nothing but 1M2M IoT standardized architecture। उसके बाद में दूसरा एक आया IoT World Forum standardized architecture। Then we are having the Purdue model for the control hierarchy। Okay, that is also the IoT reference model। Industrial Internet Reference Architecture by the Industrial Internet Consortium, that is IIC, and IoT architecture। Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 आर्किटेक्चर, 5 या इससे ज़्यादा भी है आपको रेफरेंस मॉडल्स आर देयर इन ऑर्डर टू इस्टेब्लिश एनी IoT नेटवर्क। ओके, सो दिस आर्किटेक्चर I think so 10 plus architectures are there in the market, okay, out of which only 2 are discussed in the book, okay, or only 2 are there in your syllabus also. And so the first one is nothing but one M2M IoT standardized architecture, and the second one is nothing but the IoT WEF standardized architecture, IoT World Forum, okay. So यानी सारे के सारे अगर मैंने आर्किटेक्चर कंसिडर किए, so they are having their own advantages as well as the disadvantages. Now the question is that which architecture is going to be used mostly in order to set the new IoT network. So the answer to that question is it depends on the application. It depends on the application. What kind of a purpose is going to be followed by that network. So based on that purpose, you must have to go for, or you must have to use any one of the architecture available with you. Any one of the architecture available with you. Okay. Likewise, इन ऑर्डर टू अभी देखो, अब अगर आप कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क कंसिडर करते हो, ओके, एंड इफ़ यू नो द फंक्शनलिटी ऑफ ईच एंड एवरी लेयर विच इज़ अवेलेबल इन टू 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, ओके, 7 layers of a standard OSI मॉडल. ओके, OSI को बोला ही है OSI रेफरेंस मॉडल, OSI reference model. Now, as it is the reference model, this model is consists of only the standard कि वो पर्टिकुलर लेयर के अंदर क्या क्या रहना चाहिए. रेफरेंस मॉडल इज नॉट इम्प्लीमेंटेड येट. whatever the network or whatever the internet we are available with, okay, they are run on a TCP/IP. TCP/IP. Even though for the mobile devices we are having the another kind of a network. Okay, so likewise depends on the application. One can use the M2M IoT standardized architecture, or one can go for the IoT World Forum standard architecture, or one can go for the simple IoT architecture, or one can just go for the architecture that is what the Purdue model for the control hierarchy, or one can go for the industrial internet reference architecture. Okay, now consider करके चलो कि मुझे इंडस्ट्री रिलेटेड यानी मैकेनिकल इंडस्ट्री रिलेटेड कुछ नेटवर्क इस्टेब्लिश करना है, आईटी नेटवर्क इस्टेब्लिश करना है, तो एट अ टाइम आई मस्ट हैव टू गो फॉर द इंडस्ट्रियल इंटरनेट रेफरेंस आर्किटेक्चर बाय द IIC. Okay, likewise depend on the application. Each and every reference model having their own advantages as well as the disadvantages, or they are application specific. Basically they are application specific. So based on the application I must have to choose any one of the architecture. Okay, so we are going to discuss one M2M IoT standardized architecture as well as the IoT World Forum standardized architecture in detail. Now just wait for a minute. Okay, so we'll see the first one, that is one M2M IoT standardized architecture. Okay. As all the architectures are simply a layer architecture, they just give the information of what kind of a layers are available with them and what kind of a functionality is supported by each and every layer. Okay, so there's one M2M. M2M stand for machine to machine. Okay. Basically it has been started into the 2008 machine to machine communication. Okay, so the European Telecommunication Standard Institute, that is ETSI, formed the M2M technical committee in 2008, responsible for creating the common architecture used to adopt the M2M application, directly machine to machine communication. Okay, machine to machine communication हो रहा है वहाँ पे, तो उसके लिए in 2008 the ETSI just formed the committee. Okay, ETSI in addition with other 13 founder members, launch one M2M to create the common service layer. To create the common service layer, as it is the common service layer, it must support the interoperability. So basically, it just provides the functionality related to the communication between the different type of a devices. Okay, interoperability, or even though you can just call it as a heterogeneity. So this architecture solves the problem of heterogeneity of a devices. Okay, that is what the different devices, different software, and their access methods are also different. Okay, तो मेरे पास में 4-5 अलग टाइप से डिवाइसेस है, उसको कम्युनिकेट करने के लिए या उसको हैंडल करने के लिए अलग अलग से सॉफ्टवेयर है। अगेन उनका डेटा जो कलेक्ट करना है या उनके पास में इंफॉर्मेशन सेंड करनी है, उनका करंट स्टेटस मुझे जानना है, तो उसके लिए उनके डिफरेंट एक्सेस मेथड्स भी है। तो आई एम हैविंग अ 4x4x4 यानी 4 डिफरेंट डिवाइसेस है, 4 डिफरेंट सॉफ्टवेयर है, 4 डिफरेंट डिवाइसेस है। ओके, तो मेरे पास में 4x4x4 that is what 64 different combination will be there which are available। यानी 64 अलग से कोड लिखना है या सिंगल कोड लिखो जिसके अंदर वो 64 फंक्शन सपोर्ट होनी चाहिए। Okay, so this architecture, that is one M2M IoT standardized architecture, solves the problem of the heterogeneity, and that can support the different kind of devices with the different software, and their access methods are also different. And in order to provide the heterogeneity, this particular network uses the horizontal stack or horizontal network as well as the RESTful API। ओके, ये भी आपको डिटेल में RESTful API आपको नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में आएंगे, बट हॉरिजॉन्टल नेटवर्क क्या रहता है बता देता हूँ आपको। यह हॉरिजॉन्टल लेयर है वो एक्चुअली। सो दिस आर्किटेक्चर्स डिवाइड द IoT functions into 3 major domain। okay, yeah, 3 different layers। The first one is nothing but the application layer, second one service layer, and third one network layer as shown in the figure। Now just consider here this is the application layer। so this application layer supports a different kind of application। so here it consisting of 3 different application: automotive application, home application, as well as the energy application। okay, so एप्लीकेशन लेयर के अंदर जैसे एनर्जी एप्लीकेशंस में यू आर जस्ट गोइंग टू रिलेटेड टू द एप्लीकेशन लाइक व्हाट द स्मार्ट एनर्जी, देन any other things are asset tracking that can be used inside of what the delivering of a product, then fleet management and so on। okay, so different functionalities are there based on the application। okay, different functionalities are there which are present at the application layer। okay, and okay, just we'll discuss the service layer later after the network layer। so what is the functionality of a network layer that is present inside of a 1 M2M? so this network layer, okay, so the applications talk to the API to communicate to the sensor। application talks to the APIs to communicate with the sensor। so we are having the different sensor, okay, like these are the sensor we are having the different devices available with us। okay, so through this so in the network layer the different sensors are going to communicate to the different devices, okay, to the different devices via the APIs, application programming interface। उसके लिए यानी इसके लिए फिर से आपको स्टैंडर्ड कोड लिखना पड़ेगा। okay, so in the network layer the different applications are going to be communicated or the different sensors are going to be communicated with the different application through the APIs। okay, and if you just go for the service layer, the 1 M2M includes a common service हॉरिजेंटल फ्रेमवर्क, जो मैंने आपको बोला था, यानी पीछे हॉरिजेंटल बोला था ना यहाँ पे। ओके, हॉरिजेंटल फ्रेमवर्क सपोर्टिंग टू द RESTful API। this RESTful API is responsible for a communication between the different nodes as well as the devices which are present into the IoT network। अभी यहाँ पे देखो, I am having this एज एन वन एप्लीकेशन, ऑटोमेटिव एप्लीकेशन, होम एप्लीकेशन, एनर्जी एप्लीकेशन। उसका डेटा फॉर्मेट अलग से रहेगा, उसके सॉफ्टवेयर अलग से रहेंगे, बट इन ऑर्डर टू communicate, okay, in order to what we can say, in order to provide a better services, your IoT network must be a interoperable और heterogeneous। अब वो heterogeneity सपोर्ट करने के लिए हमारे पास में रहेगा, और that one M2M IoT standardized architectures provide a common service layer, communication technologies and protocols which are common to one, then communication network, communication devices as well as the hardware। यानी ये this common, so this common service layer is responsible for providing the heterogeneity, okay, and this is common to all the application, this is common to all the nodes which are present inside of a IoT network। Okay, so this common service layer consists of the different communication technologies as well as the protocol that are going to be used by the different nodes in order to do the data transmission, okay। Then communication network, that is what the communication between the two different networks in order to share the information, and communication between the devices as well as the हार्डवेयर। तो हर एक चीज़ के लिए अलग अलग से प्रोटोकॉल है, एंड दिस प्रोटोकॉल आर गोइंग टू बी हैंडल बाय द कॉमन सर्विस layer, common service layer। So this is what the architecture which is different from the traditional, what we can say, the traditional OSI reference model, traditional OSI reference model। इसके अंदर अब OSI reference model के अंदर हमें 7 लेयर है, इस 7 में से हम 3 लेयर यूज़ कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे, द एप्लीकेशन लेयर, सर्विस लेयर एंड द नेटवर्क लेयर, okay, and we are just providing the functionality according to 1M2M IoT standardized architecture। These are nothing but the function of a network layer, these are nothing but the function of a service layer, these are nothing but the functions of a application, okay। समझ में आता है आपको? So this is all about 1M2M IoT standardized architecture। In next lecture we'll go for the IoT World Forum Standardized Architecture, जो 7 layer architecture है आपका, okay। Again these whatever the architecture that are explained, that is what 1M2M IoT, then IoT WF, then we can say the Purdue model, then industrial IIRA and IoTA, all these are the reference model। ये reference model है, and these models are reference based on the utilities of a IoT network, okay, और यूज ऑफ ए IoT नेटवर्क उसके ऊपर दिए हुए है, ओके। अब पर्टिकुलरली नए इंडस्ट्री के अंदर, यानी एक मुझे इंडस्ट्रियल IoT का एक एग्जांपल सेट करना है, तो आई कैन जस्ट गो फॉर दिस मॉडल, okay, as it is the reference model, I can just make a make the changes as per my requirement, okay। completely ऐसा ही चाहिए ऐसा नहीं है, इसके अंदर as per my requirement मैं चेंज भी कर सकता हूँ, जैसे TCP/IP के अंदर as per requirement चेंजेस किए गए हैं as compared to the OSI model, okay। so in next lecture we will go for the IoT World Forum Standardized Architecture, okay? So we'll stop here, we'll meet tomorrow on the same time, okay।